What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. We sit here 120 days, 23 hours, 5 minutes, and 30 seconds away from kickoff of the 2020 season. And I hope you're excited because that's like only 4 months away. That's it. We're 4 months away. And this week, we actually have the rookie mini camp. So our new players will be getting out on the field. And, you know, we've got Eagle fans that are going crazy that they think that they are the greatest team of all time. We've got the schedule release on Thursday. I'll be in Waynesboro doing some work down there, but we will be covering the release show live, of course. I'm going to be doing something special, actually, for the release show, kind of growing and evolving with each step as we continue to go here, working on the red brick house and things. You know, what's funny is we have, of course, the typical trash the Cowboys and specifically trash Dak Prescott. Dan Orlowski talked about the 29 interceptions in the last 33 games at Dak Prescott, and he says surprising. It's really surprising. We've heard that Dak Prescott and Davis Mills tied for most interceptions last year, and so people say, "Oh, Davis Mills, Dak Prescott, they're the same guy." Well, not exactly. And I'm going to get to why Ceedee Lamb is going to have a monster season here in a second. But I got to deal with the old stuff first, because here's what's amazing. Here's the thing that's kind of crazy. When Dak played, the games that Dak Prescott played in this past year, when Dak Prescott played with the Dallas Cowboys, they averaged 29.3 points a game, which was the highest in the NFL over the last 2 years. Let me say that again. Dallas Cowboys scored more points last year and the year before when Dak Prescott played than the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cincinnati Bengals, and everybody else. So, yes, Dak has turned over the football. But unlike some of the other people that turned over the football, they were still scoring more points than anybody else. And isn't the objective to score more points than the other team? Here's another little thing here, because if the only matrix was interceptions, then I get it. But we're not talking about that many more interceptions that Dak Prescott actually had last year. Because which would you rather have? I'm going to ask you this honestly. Would you rather have Andy Dalton for your quarterback because he only threw 9 interceptions versus the 15 that Dak threw? Would that be better? Marcus Mariota, he only had 9 interceptions, 6 less than Dak Prescott. Would the Cowboys offense still be number one with Marcus Mariota throwing it? How about Carson Wentz? Would the Cowboys been better with Carson Wentz 9 turnovers that he had last year? Okay. I'm just asking because, asking for a friend. Davis Mills tied with Dak for 15. Because, see, the difference is Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys averaged 12 more points a game than Davis Mills Texans. They averaged more than Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen only had 1 less than Dak Prescott. It was more games. It was truth in advertising. But Josh Allen, in the last 33 games, has had the exact number of interceptions as Dak Prescott. So, back to the original premise here. If you're still scoring more points than everybody else in the league, even though you have more interceptions, isn't it the key statistic that you're scoring more points than the other teams? Or did I miss something here? Maybe I'm the village idiot. I don't know. To me, it just seems like if you're scoring more points, even though you're turning over the ball more, and you got a 12-5 record, in fact, you got 24-10, and you're scoring more points than everybody else. Are the interceptions as big? Just saying. So here's what's really amazing now. Here's what I want you to understand here, because, we've got this whole premise that the quarterback is the whole team, that the quarterback doesn't need anybody else, and that's not true. It's just not. The quarterback needs people to throw to. The great Roger Staubach, I remember, like it was yesterday, said it didn't matter what pass I threw. If Drew Pearson didn't catch it, it didn't mean a thing. That's Captain America. What's amazing is that Ceedee Lamb had the season that he had without there being any other real threat on the field. Think about this for a second. Were you scared of Noah Brown? Do you think teams were scared of Noah Brown? Do you think teams were scared of Michael Gallup in the way they had been before the injury? No. Ceedee Lamb constantly was getting double teamed. They knew if we can shut him down, we stop the offense. And it's amazing that Ceedee thrived. Still, knowing that he is the only threat to the opposition. Well, now, with Brandon Cooks, you're going to see Ceedee Lamb. You can't place all the attention on him because Brandon Cooks can go deep. Brandon Cooks can burn your ass too. And because there's somebody else to worry about, and this is what people don't seem to get here. When you look at Pat Mahomes, he's always got multiple weapons as well as a security blanket. When you look at Jalen Hurts, he had multiple weapons, great running backs, multiple running backs, and a great offensive line. All these things make the job easier for the quarterback, and it makes it easier for the other players. And the Cowboys recognize this. This is why they ended up getting Mozzie Smith and re-signing Hankins on the defensive line, because it'll make the job for Micah Parsons that much easier. And with Brandon Cooks there, you're going to see an offense that's going to be more dynamic and more balanced. Because ultimately, you don't want to have one guy getting the lion's share and all the big numbers. What you ultimately want to have is you want to have the ball equally distributed out there to make teams cover the whole field. You follow what I'm saying? If you know that if we stop this guy and shut him down, we can end up, just beating the other guys. Your job's easy. If you have to worry about, much like the 90s team, of Michael Irvin beating you, of Alvin Harper going across the middle, of Jay Novacek being a possession guy, Emmitt Smith taking it to the house, you can't cheat up. You can't cheat your coverage. You have to cover the whole field. And ultimately, if you have to cover the whole field, you will have soft spots. You will have breakdowns. You will have big plays made on you. And so you have to look at Ceedee Lamb being ecstatic about having Brandon Cooks, and listening to Dak Prescott, who talks about his speed is something totally different than what we were basically seeing from the other guys. And having a guy who's a veteran presence, who's worked with guys like Tom Brady and things, he can be a teacher to help develop and get the most out of the other guys. So this, for a 5th-round draft pick, was one incredible move. I would love to see more moves like that one. Just would. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great evening. I am getting things together for heading back to Waynesboro tomorrow to get some work done. And yeah, there's always work to get done. I appreciate you guys as we sit here 120 days, 22 hours away from kickoff of the NFL season. Peace.